Hello, I'm Miss Linnea Lark, and welcome back to Illustrate Away, a community of artists dedicated to growth and encouragement. Just a quick reminder of our rules. Number 1, shape before detail. Number 2, erase to fix, not to restart. Number 3, failure leads to growth. And number 4, draw with your eyes and not with your brain. All right, so I've been asking kids for topics on what to talk about during these videos. If you have any ideas of something that you'd want to hear about, whether it's art advice or drawing tips or college stuff, whatever I know, whatever I can offer you, I'd love to talk to you about it on this channel. And I only got 3 responses so far. So if you're in the Schoology group, there's a discussion open. And that's where I'm going to be drawing my first question from tonight. But you can also comment either on Instagram or on YouTube on any of my pictures or videos, and I will make comments or tell stories in line with what you want to hear. So Liliana asked, did you ever go through any phases in high school or college that you regret? Okay, so that's a tricky one. I think yeah. Off the top of my head, I have so many phases. Like, my family jokes that I go through the most awkward, horrible phases. In high school, I lived in the South, and everyone in the South is really kind of, everyone does their makeup and their hair every day, and like, if you don't come to school on, like, you're kind of shunned. And I just decided to go through a pajama phase. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, it's no wonder I didn't acclimate in Tennessee. But yeah, I went through like a hardcore flannel PJ phase. Then, like, going back, in 2nd grade, I went through an emo phase before there was such a thing as emo, where I would wear all black from head to toe. Like, I was 7 years old, you guys, but like, my shoes were black, my socks were black, my pants were black, my shirt, anything in my hair, all stinking black. And this is when I was living in Southern California, and I loved to play me some handball, and my feet would burn at recess every single day. I also went through a bang rebellion. This is like late 80s, early 90s, when my mom's a hairdresser, and so she used to do our bangs like crazy. And I finally had enough, probably in like 1st or 2nd grade. And my mom had a rule that we couldn't go outside to play unless we did our bangs. And so in my rebellion, I would go to the bathroom and I would get the finest tooth comb I could find, and I'd soak it with water, and then I'd plaster my bangs in like a rainbow shape across my forehead. And then technically I had abided by the rules, so I would go outside. But I'm pretty sure I drove my mother crazy. Sorry, Mom. Let's see. So another hair phase that I went through in kindergarten, I had this boyfriend, and his name was Carlos, and oh my goodness, you guys, I was so in love with Carlos. And we used to go in the big tubes, the concrete tubes, you know, like the tunnels you can crawl through during recess, and kiss, just like sweet little kisses, but he was like my boyfriend. And one day I had begged my mom to let me cut my hair like short, like cut my hair really short. And she finally relented, and she cut my hair really short. Well, about a month later, my sister, this is the height of the 80s, you guys, my sister convinced my mom to give her a perm, and I could not be outdone. And so on top of having really short hair, I also got a perm, and this perm turned into like a beehive, like a crazy bag curly situation. And that day during recess, I came to school, and Carlos wouldn't kiss me anymore. So that might be one of my worst phases. I think in college, I kind of moved around a lot in college. My first college, I had a whole lot of friends. We were kind of in the same department, and it was a small department for industrial design, and so I got to know my classmates really, really well. But when I moved to bigger colleges, I kind of got lost in the shuffle. There isn't like a set schedule, and you're not always with the same people. And so I kind of regret not joining a club earlier. I joined a club my senior year at a state school in Pennsylvania. And at that point, college was just something for me to get through. I just wanted to get out of college. It was my 5th year in school, but I joined this club basically just because I had to for my resume. And I ended up, it wasn't my deal, but it was like an art education club. And I think I said in an earlier video, I wasn't really into art education, even though that's kind of what I do for a living. And I ended up making like my best friend in college in the last like month or 2 of school. And it was a real shame because we really bonded. And then we both graduated and I never really saw her again. So if I could go back, I would join a club earlier and not necessarily really do the club, even though if I was enjoying it, I would. But more to find my people who are into the same things as me. And then you just use the club to get friends. And then you can have a funner time in college, I think. So those are my regrets, some of my phases. I think that's about it. All right, you guys, thanks so much for listening. Please make sure to leave comments below if you have an idea of what you want to hear about or a story that you want to hear about, a topic or advice that you want. Whatever you got, throw it at me and I'll try to make it into a video. This has been Flora and Fauna. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Bits and Bobs. Subscribe!